All right, today we are diving deep into a really fascinating song called Monkey World. Now, on the surface, you might hear the title and think, okay, a song about apes. But trust me, its sharp social commentary might just be holding up a mirror to our own world.
So, let's jump right in. The song doesn't waste any time. It throws us headfirst into this bizarre world with these opening lines. It immediately paints a picture where the basic rules of reason and truth just don't apply anymore. Talk about a powerful and disorienting start, right?
And that brings us to the big question, the one we're going to be exploring. Is this just a creative story about some fictional animal kingdom? Or are these lyrics a direct, and maybe even a piercing, critique of modern human society? Let's figure it out. First things first, let's get a handle on what Monkey World actually is. The analysis is pretty clear on this. We're not talking about a literal jungle. Nope, it's a metaphor for a society that's basically defined by chaos, packed with illusions, and driven by manipulation.
So the whole idea here is a world that just feels unstable, almost absurd. It's a place where facts can be bent, where power is corrupt, and where it feels like everyone's just stuck in a cycle of doing, well, pointless stuff. Sound familiar at all? This is the foundation for the entire song's critique.
And that leads us right into the first huge theme. This idea that truth itself has become just another product. Something you can buy, sell, and trade.
You know, what's so wild here is how directly this plugs into our world right now. The phrase truth for sale, that's a perfect way to describe a media landscape just flooded with fake news, targeted propaganda, and the deliberate twisting of public opinion for somebody's political or financial gain.
Which really makes you think, doesn't it? Take a second and look at the world around you. In politics, in advertising, all over social media. Where do you see it? Where are examples of truth being packaged up, twisted, and sold off to the highest bidder?
Okay, let's move on to the next really striking metaphor in the song. And this one takes a direct shot at our economic systems, the idea of using bananas as money.
This lyric is just brilliantly absurd. Bananas as currency. It immediately sounds ridiculous, right? And that is exactly the point. It's designed to make us step back and question the very idea of value in our own society and the systems we just take for granted.
You see, there's so much packed into these lines. Bananas as currency is a clear jab at a capitalist system where value can feel totally arbitrary. The plastic kingdom, well, that's our culture built on superficial, disposable stuff. And madness is law, that suggests the very rules we live by might be fundamentally irrational and even destructive.
And the critique gets even deeper with this incredible image. This introduces the idea that even trying to succeed in Monkey World is just an illusion. Circus of mirrors. Wow, what a potent metaphor for today. It perfectly captures that feeling of being on a capitalist hamster wheel, just working and working but never really getting anywhere. And of course, it is a dead-on critique of social media, where we're all chasing these curated, reflected images of ourselves, running in a race for likes and validation. This brings us to one of the most psychologically sharp parts of the entire song, the paradox of being trapped by the very concept of freedom.
What a fantastic contradiction. There's this intense desire for change, this scream for freedom, but it's happening at the same time as a refusal to let go of the things holding them back, the chains. It speaks to that deep, sometimes uncomfortable, human tension between wanting things to be different and being terrified of what that actually means.
So the key is this massive gap between what people say they want and what they actually do. It's easy to talk a big game, to dance in the fire. But actually facing the consequences, feeling the heat of the flames, well, that means leaving your comfort zone. And that's something a lot of people just aren't willing to do.
And the song just keeps piling on these paradoxes, this time turning to knowledge and time itself. This line suggests a world where what isn't being said is deafening, and where what passes for wisdom actually leads nowhere.
And this right here explains why. The past is tomorrow. That is just a chillingly perfect way of saying that we're all doomed to repeat history. And why? Because the truth, the actual lessons we were supposed to learn from past mistakes, it gets left behind. It gets forgotten. So society is just stuck in this endless loop.
Now, all of this builds up to the song's chorus, which ties everything together and asks the ultimate question about what success even means in this kind of chaotic world.
The chorus basically confirms that this system, this monkey world, is everything. It's all-encompassing. You get the highs, you get the lows, but the truth is always tangled. And then it hits you with that final, devastating line. And this right here is the philosophical heart of the song. After all that climbing, all that chasing your own reflection in the circus of mirrors, after you play the game by its crazy rules and you actually win, what's the prize? Is there anything meaningful waiting for you at the top?
The implied answer here is, well, it's pretty sobering. The song strongly suggests that getting to the top of Monkey World doesn't give you clarity or fulfillment. The view is just more of the same chaotic, meaningless cycle. It turns out success inside a broken system is just hollow. And so, this whole analysis leaves us with one final, massive question to chew on. If this world described in the song feels so familiar, so much like our own, is there a way out? Is there an escape from Monkey World? Now that's something to think about.